Oh,
All right, so here we go. We are going into the match, guys. My face is back. Boom. And I don't have volume on, so that's a thing.
Yep, so the teams are starting off in a theatre point. They come up here over towards the first point where the defending team will try and set up and try and hold them at this the first choke point, which will be the archway with a room to the left, room to the one side, which they can come through. And then, of course, there's a couple of ways they can get to the first point. But we will see how the defending team sets up and tries to hold them at that choke point. As we have the picks finally sort of coming in, and now we only have a minute before the game starts as the defending team make their way towards the first point.
Yep, so for the blue team, we've got May, of course, from Team Mayhem. So blue team is Team Mayhem, guys. Red team is the Hermit Crab team. We've got a Reinhardt, we've got Anna, May, DK Chris is Sporty McCree, Odyssey is the heals with Lucio, and Mr. Peg is Zarya as support. And they are setting up with 30 seconds remaining. On the red team, we've got Reaper, we've got Zenyatta, we've got Roadhog, Diva, we've got a Junkrat, and a last-minute change. Pal has switched to Anna over Pharah.
Yeah, the common setup here would be two of each kind of class of heroes. You have two damage dealers, you have two tanks, and then two healers. So that's the kind of common setup. We've got a very attack-minded kind of healer setup from the attackers here. If they first come out, Cookie walls off one side as they push out to the right-hand side of the spawn point, trading some damage here as the Anna tries to snipe a bit of the Reinhardt shield, and as the DK tries to jump around on top and pick off anyone that sort of gets a little too aggressive. As a Reinhardt shield goes down, they drop back, allowing Reinhardt's shield to get back up, and the distance becomes closed.
Camera problems. Okay, we're good.
Okay. As we see a sleeping Roadhog getting actually picked off and frozen as he goes down, with first two kills coming in, and then the third to refrags. We're currently in a 4-on-5 for the favoring the defenders, as DK Chris gets charged down by Diva, who he actually takes down. He's actually been in a 2v1 here, isolated, and he goes down. The advantage is definitely the attackers here in terms of numbers, but their healer does go down. It's a big loss for them. As we look at the kind of ult charging here, we've DK's the only one with an ult so far. No one else closer than Cookie. He gets his now, so the ult's definitely defending the defending team for when the big push does come in.
Red team trying to push in here. Enofabi is on site by himself, trying to get this red team in, pushing in, but they're stuck in this chokehold. They need their Roadhog to kind of make way here. But as more of a tanky player, Shin is coming in now with Diva, and Brittany with playing as Reinhardt, just trying to hold them off.
Yes, it's the Anna's both ult here, trying to. It's got the Reinhardt being ulted and the Roadhog being ulted, as Brittany uses her ult to stun the Roadhog away, and we kind of, that first fight goes in the favor of the defending teams. They push back the attackers quite convincingly and still have 3 ults on their side, to the 2 of the attacking side.
Red team trying to regroup here. And Pala has switched back to Pharah now. Playing as Anna initially, he has switched to Pharah. Hopefully that gives him a little bit more firepower.
That will improve their firepower, but it does mean that there's a lot of pressure on Fabi as the only healer. He might struggle as Zen is the only healer, but he does have his ult, for that will provide like an awful amount, like a huge amount of healings when they do come into this big push. We'll see how they go in as we see Pala flying up above, but they do have a McCree on the defending side, and that will counter Pala pretty well. He will be able to pick her off pretty easily, as we do see.
Nice play by May there, blocking off the doorway. The red team just trying to push through the doorway by themselves instead of spreading out, and just bought a lot of time there for the blue team.
Yeah, you see Fabi trying to ult there to try and save his Reinhardt, but unfortunately he wasn't able to save him and goes down himself in the process as Cookie gets aggressive with DK Chris. Trying to fall back here now. They've got a couple of picks, don't want to overextend and die here. We see Fatal Cowboy trying to push up towards the point here, being in front with that Reinhardt shield. But we do see Pala get picked off by Mr. Peg on the high ground as Team Mayhem regain the high ground.
Yeah, blue team playing very well here defensively with the May and Reinhardt combo. It's hard for the blue team or the red team to push through here.
Yeah, Raman does come in there, pick off DK Chris after the Reinhardt got isolated, but Cookie's going to pick off Fabi here with his May, of course, freezing him. Raman did try to just ult there as a Reaper, but gets taken down almost immediately on low health when he did start to ult. It's just Pala near the point now as his team sort of like cut off from him. Only 10 seconds remaining here as we see a nice ult coming in. Brittany blocks it all and there's no one on the point to kill.
An attempt there for the ult, but could not get anybody killed, and red team unable to even capture the first point here. Is blue team, they're going to switch sides, and blue team just has to get that point to move on.
Yeah,
with their first win of the game.
Yeah, that was a very convincing hold by the defending side there. They basically set up there, and every time the attacking team came in, the trades went like convincingly in their favor. They always came out with like a 3-1 or 3-2 trade, and the attacking team would just be forced to back off. And then as the game progressed, they became more panicked and tried to push in one by one and just ended up dying.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest problems is you lose your rhythm when you're on the attacking team. When people are dying, you know, spontaneously or in a staggered way, and you just kind of forget to group up and go in as a group rather than, you know, continue to trickle in one by one. So, that, like you said, very convincing win for the blue team. They're going to be on the attack now. Let's look at the team composition on the blue team. Looks like Cookie's still rolling with May. Odyssey still with Lucio. We got Diva for Brittany. We've got Reinhardt, Anna, and Genji for DK Chris. So yeah, it looks like DK will be leading with the DPS, and we've got some support players as well. On the red team, we've got Ramman playing as Soldier. We've got a Hanzo. We've got a Reinhardt, a Bastion, and Fatal Cowboy. That's gonna be interesting. You know, everybody's favorite defensive player. We got Roadhog, and Zenyatta as their healer. So, for the red team, they're setting up. You know, they've got Bastion up on top, overlooking the archway. So he's gonna be chilling right here, waiting for everybody to come through. They are gonna combo that with the Reinhardt. Shannon's setting up in front of him, so that's gonna be very strong initially. You know, the blue team has the option to kind of trickle through the side there if they get through. They can use May to kind of block off the effectiveness of Bastion, but here we go.
Yeah, Genji's gonna go around behind and try and take this Bastion. That's gonna be like him down fast because Genji
as
does
predicted,
counter.
May just pulled up her little ice wall, and Bastion was ineffective there. So blue team already pushing in on site here.
A nice hook by Cowboy there to try and counter the Genji. Takes him down, but he does get frozen in the process by May, and then he almost dies to the Reinhardt, but if the Reinhardt dies, it's just the Roadhog left on point with Hanzo to support. He is asleep off the point. Just him now as the May freezes the Hanzo to death. And we see the kind of defending heroes coming in very staggered here, and it looks like we have the point already.
Yeah, and this may be a very quick match. The red team can contest here. No red team member around, though, and they capture it quickly with 4 players on, and that is it. All they needed to do was get to the point, and they have won the first match, guys. So Team Mayhem with a very strong performance there. They are going to be moving on to the next round, and Team Hermit Crabs, it's not over for them. They will have another chance. Oh my god, the bit sounds, please.